Hello, Carly. Do you have a moment?
Oh, good evening, Helen. Mom. Is there something I can help you with?
This Sunday I'm having some friends over for a little tea party, 4 of us to be exact. I was hoping you would bake some homemade cookies and a cake for us. And, of course, I will want you to help out serving and whatnot.
I'm so sorry. I'm busy on that day.
Huh? You can't get over here?
I already made plans on that day. A bit hard for me to make it over there.
Oh, really? I provided this opportunity for my daughter-in-law to showcase her cooking skills. Thought it would be a great way to leave a good impression on my friends. I went out of my way to provide you with this opportunity and you reject it? That's why everyone says you're inconsiderate daughter-in-law.
You seem to be the only one calling me an inconsiderate daughter-in-law.
How could you say such a disrespectful thing to your mother-in-law? I also experienced being a daughter-in-law, therefore I know when you're being inconsiderate. Even if no one else is saying it. If I'm saying you're inconsiderate daughter-in-law, well, it's the same as if everyone is saying it.
I see.
I'm giving you a chance here to redeem yourself. Make a good impression. I simply cannot believe your behavior.
Like I said, I already made plans for this Sunday.
Then simply reschedule.
I'm really sorry. I wish I could, but I just can't. That day is...
What are you saying?
You didn't forget, did you?
I never forget things, unlike you. Don't treat me like I'm going senile or something.
Please, I'm not implying such a thing. So do you still want me to change my schedule?
Oh, just forget it. If you're so reluctant, don't come. Besides, you get here with that attitude and serve my friends. I'll be the one that will end up embarrassed. But I still want you to make the cookies and cake.
I'm really sorry, but I don't have the time for that either.
Just bring it to the house on Sunday morning.
You're not hearing me. I can't do it.
Okay, I'll be waiting for those delicious cookies.
I'll say it again. No is no. Helen, Mom, can we talk? It seems you entered the house while Frank and I were out. Can I ask what you were up to?
Hello, Carly. By the looks of it, you somehow managed to make that cake I requested. Thought you were busy.
Huh? What are you saying?
You didn't bring it over, so I went there to reprimand you, but then I saw that you did indeed prepare something. That cake was more than enough for my guest. So I will forgive you just this time.
Like I said, what are you saying?
Oh, yes, that reminds me. All the food on the table. I threw it out. What was all that? Little finger sandwiches, canapes, little bits of chicken? So that's how you cook dinner, is it? Just pile it up on one big plate like some community plate. Disgusting. You really should learn to cook and prepare food properly. Plates, bowls, butter plates. There is an art to serving food, you know. Kids won't learn proper etiquette if you serve food on one big plate like it's party food.
Well, at least bring back the cake.
Oh my god, how time flies. My friends will be arriving soon.
Please, Helen, Mom, please bring the cake back. Please. I made that for today. It's a special occasion.
Yes, that's exactly right. Thank you so much for the cake.
I can't believe you're doing this knowing full well what today is.
Oh, my friends have arrived. Sorry, I won't be able to return your line messages.
Mom, please.
Carly, what was all that today? How dare you come to my place and shout into the intercom? If you want that cake so bad, go buy one down the street. All my friends were shocked. You yelling for your cake back. I was so humiliated. Answer me. Say something.
The messages alerts were getting on my nerves, so it's you. Mom, what do you want now?
Getting on your nerves, huh?
You locked the door, ignored my pleas, and enjoyed the cake with your friends. Well, you seem to have a problem with your attitude. That's not my problem.
What did you just say? How dare you talk to your mother-in-law like that? My son will hear of this.
Helen, you know perfectly well what day today is. And you do this? So you hate your daughter-in-law, but do you also hate your grandson?
Huh?
You just completely ruined your grandson's birthday party.
Huh? Birthday?
That's right, it's your grandson Christopher's birthday today.
Wait 1 second, would you? Christopher's birthday? Today?
What? Are you serious? You had no idea?
His birthday. It was today?
That's right, it was his 7th birthday today. Happy birthday was written on the cake, or did you not see that?
I didn't notice it.
Huh? But you said you never forget such things. What was that all about?
I thought you were talking about your little get-together with friends.
Huh? Seriously?
You know, you meet once a month, right?
That was when he was in kindergarten. I don't meet with those moms anymore. Besides, I told you about Christopher's birthday party many times. I told you that I was inviting friends and Christopher's kindergarten friends today. I also said not to make any last-minute requests because I was busy preparing for the party. Really, I don't really recall. Your husband was there too, so I'm sure he remembers.
Oh, I see. Well, then. Why didn't you mention it when I was talking about having that tea party with my friends? If you had just simply mentioned that, well, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Every time I try to tell you something, you always cut me off. You get upset for interrupting. Then you turn around and spread rumors about me, making me look like some kind of monster.
But,
Helen, Mom, I'm really sick of this. I just wish you would stop giving me a hard time.
I never.
The main problem seems to be that you never really listen to what I have to say. Every time I try to explain something to you, you always brush me off. I sent you a line message on numerous occasions, but again, you would just turn your nose up at it, not even see it.
I never did that.
Oh yes, you did. In fact, about 6 months ago, I told you in advance that we would be gone for 2 days to visit my folks, but you, as always, ignored our message and came right over. Thinking we were there, you started shouting in the intercom and ringing the doorbell over and over again. You made such a racket that the neighbors got worried and called my folks. I was so humiliated.
No use dredging all that up. What's past is past.
It was not only that. When Christopher and I came down with the flu, I asked you not to come over for at least a week, but there you were banging on the door, shouting into the intercom. I'm sure you remember we were endlessly going back and forth on the intercom. You probably don't even care, but I had a severe fever and could hardly stand up. What's more, Christopher had finally fallen asleep after tossing and turning all night. Because of your non-stop bell ringing and door banging, Christopher was in bad shape. If your husband hadn't come and got you, Christopher's fever would have worsened. I can never forgive you for that.
Well, that was because...
And there's one more thing I want to add. You didn't attend Christopher's birthday party last year either, am I right?
Huh?
Such a waste. I invited you way in advance. A friend apparently called you on that day and you went shopping as I recall. But your husband showed up. Actually, we were all befuddled by your actions. That's why we decided not to invite you, but I never figured you'd steal Christopher's cake and dump all the party dishes into the trash. Unbelievable.
I simply just forgot. You can't fault me for being a little careless.
But I have to say, this really takes the cake, literally.
Huh?
You don't seem to repent. Think about what you did. You stole Christopher's birthday cake. You dumped all the party dishes into the trash. As a result, we had to cancel the entire party and send everyone home. But fortunately, everyone was very understanding and we were able to postpone the party until next week. Do you realize how much damage you caused? Do you realize how much Christopher cried?
Come on, you're being overdramatic. Besides, in situations like this, you should have been more resourceful.
Resourceful?
Yes, you could have just gone out and bought everything you needed. And there is Uber. I do know that the supermarket is right nearby and the bakery down the street was still open. If you're a mother, you have to be resourceful in order to overcome any kind of obstacle, such as today. That's your problem. You don't have the adequate resources to be a good mom.
Wow, I really don't have the energy to like you today.
Huh?
You do know that Christopher is allergic to wheat flour.
Huh?
Yes, a couple of other kids we invited are also allergic to flour. That's why I prepared the cake and cookies using rice flour rather than wheat. But that was all kaput, thanks to yours truly. You say, just go buy it at the supermarket. Well, it's not that simple.
Allergy? Christopher is allergic to wheat?
Huh? Are you being serious? You weren't even aware of it? This is a serious matter, you know?
Well, I was.
So whenever Christopher went to visit your house, he never ate any wheat-related foods. What did you think?
I just thought your bad attitude just rubbed off on him.
Am I hearing you right? I really don't understand why you enjoy giving me a hard time, but I'm sure your son explained Christopher's allergy problem on numerous occasions. How could you be so oblivious to such a serious issue? Christopher's life may have been at stake here. To be honest, I never want to see your face again. My husband was also following this conversation. He was so angry that he stormed over there and gave my mother-in-law a real dressing down. And she finally confessed to all the pestering and the atrocities treatment of me. It turns out she took credit for making the cake, and as for me, of course, she depicted me as some kind of monster that never cooked or took care of the family, much less her child. But fortunately, such lies don't get very far. People who know me quickly refuted such blatant lies. She couldn't handle all the whispering and rumors about her that she decided to move away, to a relative's place way out in the country. And her husband seemed to come to his wits' end too. This incident seemed to be the last straw for him. Apparently, he finally submitted papers for divorce.
Hello, Helen. How are you? I'm pretty sure you know who this is, right? Don't be immature and just ignore me. Being a childish snob will get you nowhere.
This is Karen, if I'm not mistaken. You're the one who was having an affair with my husband. That Karen?
Having an affair? Please, don't be so crude. It was nothing like that. And please, would you refrain from that "my husband" crap? He, Randy, loves me way more than you. You have no right to call him my husband. He's gonna dump you soon. He's already getting everything ready to divorce you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right about that. I don't think of that jerk as my husband anymore. Just a slip of the tongue. To be honest, I want to get this guy out of my life as soon as possible, but...
Yeah, money, right? You want compensation, right? Well, it seems Randy's parents will pay every cent to you, so don't worry. The sooner you're out of the picture, the better. They'll probably deposit the amount by tomorrow.
Yes, it seems that way. Well, they never really liked me very much. I guess they'll pay any amount just to get rid of me.
Yep, that seems to be the case. On the other hand, they are head over heels for me. They are super happy that Randy finally found the right girl. They really had it out for you. Dirt poor, unattractive, no fun. They just went on and on about you. What did you do to make them hate you so much?
They just didn't like that fact that Randy brought home a bride. They would act that way with anybody. I would be careful if I were you. They may seem all kind and sympathetic now, but mark my words, they will turn on you on a dime.
Do I sense a bit of jealousy there? Whatever, I was texting you about something else. I really need you to move out as soon as possible. You're getting on my nerves. You already submitted the divorce papers, right? He already dumped you, so why the hell are you still here? No place to go? You guys are not husband and wife anymore. You really shouldn't be living under the same roof.
No, I have not submitted the divorce papers yet. I plan to as soon as I get paid.
So that means the divorce is final by tomorrow? And you'll be out of the house by tomorrow too?
I'll be leaving right away.
Now you're talking. So you'll be out today, huh?
As a matter of fact, you had to text me online, which just delayed my departure even more.
Oh, yeah? I am so sorry that I mustn't hold you up.
So, are we done here? I really want to get the hell out of here. I don't feel comfortable here anyways.
Well, I wouldn't either. I mean, you're not wanted there. It would be uncomfortable for sure. All right then, Miss Loser. See ya. Rest assured, I will make him happy. Something you failed to do.
Hello, Helen, are you there? This is Jane, your Aunt Jane.
Oh, hi Aunt Jane. It's been a while. How you been?
Fine. Is it true that you're getting a divorce? I just got a call from Randy a second ago. This is the first I'm hearing about this. Is this true?
Unfortunately, yes, it's all true. As soon as I receive my compensation for the divorce, I plan to submit the divorce papers to the court. It will probably be sometime tomorrow.
Where are you now? He said you're not living at home anymore.
I checked into the Days Inn by the mall for now. I'll figure out what to do after everything's settled.
I see. I heard that your mother passed away and you no longer have a place to call home anymore.
Yes, that's right. As for my father, he passed away when I was 12, and my grandparents are long gone, so yeah, no place to call home. I have no brothers or sisters either, so I have plenty of time. I'll think long and hard about where to live and what to do. All the stuff I couldn't carry were put into storage by Randy's parents. I'll have them shipped after I get settled.
About a job. What are you going to do? You've been married for half a year, right? You didn't work at all. You were just a housewife.
Well, again, that's something I will have to think about.
Is there any particular field that you want to get into? What skills do you have?
When I was a student, I studied film. I was hoping I could do some film or video editing. It's only been about a year since I stopped doing editing work, so I figure it won't take long to get back into the habit in no time.
Seriously? You're just in luck! My son works at a small firm company, and he could use an experienced film editor. You could do some work for him. What do you say?
Really? Your son works in the film industry?
Yes, they were just looking for an experienced film editor. If you're interested, I could give him a call. You would probably have to work on a contract basis, not a full-time employee. They would probably support you financially for the equipment like a PC and editing software, stuff like that. Everything is apparently done online. You know, meetings and so forth. So basically, you can work from anywhere you want. You want to meet him and discuss it? You can decide then. What do you say?
Thanks so much. That would be great.
Okay, I'll get in touch with my son and we can set up a meeting. But first, we have to do something about Randy and the others.
What do you mean, do something about? Is there a problem?
Randy's new wife, the one he had an affair with. Well, apparently she's moving into the house now. She came over to update me on the current situation, about the divorce going through and her moving in. Plus, she went on and on about her love affair with Randy. To be honest, I didn't want to even hear about it. I was just talking to my brother, your former stepfather. She says the new girl, Karen, is very pretty, and Randy is raving about her, boasting about how beautiful she is and all. It made me nauseous just listening to him gushing platitudes about her.
Seriously?
I can't forgive them for what they did to you. Could you let me handle the rest? Trust me, I'll make things right.
Okay, but you don't really have to do this for my sake.
It's not that. They just seem to have forgotten what's right and wrong. They need to be taught a lesson. It's not only about you. Don't worry, I won't get you involved in any way. At least, it won't be disadvantageous for you.
Alright, I guess. If you insist, I'll leave it up to you. But please be careful, Aunt Jane.
Helen, are you there? Pick up! I just moved into this house. Why am I being kicked out on the first day here? What the hell is going on? It's not only me that has to get out. It's Randy and his folks too. Who is behind this? Is it you? Did you have something to do with this? What's more, Randy got fired from his job. He's the only one working. Without him, we can't survive.
Yeah, well, I had nothing to do with it. I wonder if it had something to do with, Randy works for the wedding service industry, right? It sure does not look good when one of its staff members cheats on his wife after only a year.
Are you trying to ruin us? Make us homeless?
Karen, calm down for a second. Why are you even contacting me anyway?
You had something to do with this. That's why. You pulled some crap for revenge, didn't you? We will not leave this place. You hear me?
Like I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with whatever is going on. I don't own that house. I'm a complete stranger now. If the person who owns the place wants you guys out, maybe you should comply. Or there may be legal consequences. The police could get involved.
Huh? What the hell are you blabbering on about? The people of this household have welcomed me with open arms. Unlike you. Why would this family kick me out? That's inconceivable.
Oh, so I see. You haven't heard. That house you're living in? That place is owned by your aunt, Aunt Jane. She owes the property.
Huh? Aunt Jane?
Yes, Aunt Jane. Your new stepdad's younger sister. You do know her, right? When Randy's grandfather died about 10 years ago, your stepdad opted to get cash as his inheritance, so Aunt Jane was given the rights to the house and property. The only reason you can all live there is because Aunt Jane is busy with work, and she's constantly flying to Europe and Asia on business. Sometimes she's gone for weeks. She grew up in that house and has a lot of memories for her. She allowed her brother to live there as a way to look after the place temporarily.
Huh? This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Really? When I first moved in, Randy explained all this to me in detail. That we would probably have to move out someday, get our own place. Never got that far, though.
Are you for real?
By the sound of it, you apparently thought you could live there forever, never having to pay rent. Too good to be true, huh?
I just arrived today. How am I supposed to know any of this stuff? Anyway, forget all that. I'm the new birdie here. Why the hell do I have to leave on the day I arrive? It doesn't make sense. This is bullying. Yeah, total persecution if you ask me.
Well, if you had any common sense, it wouldn't be very hard to understand. That goes for Randy and his folks, too. I mean, the son cheats on his wife, brings this girl home, and the parents, rather than scold their son, welcomes her in with open arms and kicks me out. Then invites this woman to their home the next day, dumping me by the side of the road. Who does that? I feel for Aunt Jane. She grew up in that house and she loves the place. To have you folks throwing dirt on her memories. She probably couldn't look the other way and kick you guys out. At least that's what I think. I know Aunt Jane pretty well. She really abhors stuff like this, like cheating on a spouse.
I don't know anything about that. I wasn't trying to take over the house or anything. I have nowhere else to live.
Maybe you guys should just move out and rent or buy a place of your own.
Yeah, that's what I suggested, but Randy and his folks just went silent and had nothing to say. I already terminated my lease agreement with the apartment I was living in, and my folks got divorced years ago, and they both live with their new families. I hardly ever see them anymore.
Yeah. When I first got married, they used up all my savings without my permission. I remember I had like $50,000. They used it all up in no time. But surprisingly, they deposited that entire amount yesterday. Maybe that's why they can't get a new place.
Huh? Are you serious? $50,000?
They really must be hard on cash now, huh?
I never realized that this family was so poor.
Yeah, they like to live the good life, that's for sure. I always worried about their speed thrift ways. The house certainly looks very nice. You know why that is? Well, Aunt Jane put a lot of money into renovating it little by little. Like I said, she has fond memories of the place. Besides, she plans to live there when she retires. Well, that's about all I know.
Are you serious?
I was just like you when I married. I had no idea of the situation until Aunt Jane explained everything to me. When they demanded that they confiscate my entire savings, I was flabbergasted. But luckily, I had a lawyer friend threaten legal action if they didn't reimburse the money they stole. They immediately complied. Smart move in my opinion.
This is not happening to me!
Well, as for me, I got my money back plus compensation from Randy, so I'm good to go.
Hold on a sec. How the hell did they come up with $50,000 plus your compensation in a day? Did they have that much money stashed away?
I don't know anything about where they got the money. I got what I wanted. That's good enough for me. You should ask your father-in-law about that. Okay, I better get going.
Please, Helen, you can't just leaving hanging here.
Sorry, I have a job interview coming up. See ya, and good luck. Aunt Jane later told me that she gave to them 2 months to vacate the premise. She said she plans to rent out the place after that. 2 months had passed since I last talked to them. About that, $50,000 plus that Randy's folks paid me, that apparently came from Karen's savings, at least part of it. Well, it seems they're confiscating her savings like they did mine. I hope she gets it back someday, but doesn't look likely. The rest of the money, I was told, they borrowed. Because they lost a place to live, now heavily in debt, they went out looking for some sort of live-in job. They eventually found a position at some sort of fishing resort up north. The pay is awful, but at least they have a roof over their heads. I heard that they were working their asses off to pay back their debt. It can get pretty cold up north in winter. But it is a fishing resort. At least they won't starve.